If you have been navigating the dating scene recently, you might feel a little bit weary. It can feel like a maze where the walls keep shifting, leaving us wondering if we will ever find that person who just feels like home. We often wish we could skip the awkward dinners, the uncertain text messages, and the confusing signals to just fast forward to the part where we are comfortable, safe, and loved. But the journey, with all its bumps and turns, is where we learn the most about ourselves. To help you navigate this path with more grace and less stress, these are 8 pillars of wisdom to help you build a relationship that is not just a fling, but a sanctuary. Number 1, the absolute foundation of everything is respect. This might sound simple, almost like a cliche, but it is the soil in which the flower of love grows. Without respect, you can have passion, you can have excitement, and you can have chemistry, but you cannot have safety. You need to be able to trust each other's intentions implicitly. How can you possibly build a life, or even a solid conversation, with someone if there is not a baseline of deep mutual respect? In the early stages of dating, respect shows up in the small things. It is about respecting each other's time by showing up when you say you will. It is about respecting each other's boundaries, whether they are physical or emotional. If you are on a date and you notice that the person across from you is being dismissive of your opinions, or perhaps rude to the waitstaff, or pushing against a boundary you have set, please pay attention to that. That is not a minor flaw. That is a crack in the foundation. A healthy couple thrives on the understanding that both people are sovereign, valuable individuals. If you feel disrespected, have the courage to express it. If the behavior continues, have the self-love to recognize that this is not the right environment for your heart to flourish. Remember, you must also extend this respect to your date, treating them with the same dignity you wish to receive. Number 2, allow intimacy to progress naturally. We live in a world of instant gratification. We can order food, a car, or a movie with the tap of a finger, and we often expect our connections to move at the same lightning speed. You might meet someone and feel an instant spark, a rush of excitement that makes you want to dive in head first. You might want to tell them your deepest secrets, your childhood fears, and your 5-year plan on the very first date. But I want to invite you to pause. Hold it right there. While honesty is beautiful and vulnerability is the goal, revealing the entire contents of your soul immediately can add an immense amount of unnecessary pressure to a fragile new connection. Think of a relationship like a garden. You cannot force a flower to bloom by prying open the petals. You will only damage the blossom. You have to water it, give it sunlight, and let it open in its own time. Take it slow. Take it easy. Enjoy the mystery of getting to know someone layer by layer. There is something incredibly romantic about the slow burn, about earning the right to know someone's inner world. It is just the first date, or the second, or the third. You have plenty of time. Let the intimacy build on a solid structure of shared experiences rather than a rush of adrenaline. Number 3, do not limit yourself to one specific type. We all have a picture in our heads, drawn perhaps by the movies we watched growing up or the books we read, of what our perfect partner looks like. Maybe you think they need to be tall, dark, and handsome. Maybe you think they need to be an artist or a doctor or love science fiction as much as you do. While it is good to know what you value, rigidly sticking to a type can be the very thing keeping you single. When we hold onto a checklist, we wear blinders. We might be sitting across from someone who is kind, funny, loyal, and deeply compatible with our soul. But we dismiss them because they do not fit the physical or social template we created. Just because your date does not like the same movies as you does not mean you cannot build a life together. In fact, having different interests can keep a relationship fresh and exciting as you teach each other new things. Just because they do not look like your celebrity crush does not mean you will not find them incredibly attractive as you get to know their heart. Attraction is a complex, evolving thing. If you look back at your dating history, you might find your type has changed over the years anyway. So, why limit your future happiness to a past definition? Be open to surprise. The love of your life might come in a package you never expected. Number 4, communication is key. You have heard this 1,000 times, but let us really break down what it means in the context of dating. It does not just mean talking a lot. It means talking with honesty and clarity. It means dropping the games. We are often taught that we need to play hard to get, that we should wait 3 days to text back, or that we should pretend we are less interested than we actually are to maintain the upper hand. I want you to release that mindset. A healthy relationship is not a power struggle. It is a partnership. If you had a wonderful time on a date, tell them. There is so much power in simply saying, "I really enjoyed getting to know you today." It is not desperate. It is warm. It is confident. If you are feeling uneasy about something, express it gently but clearly. If you are looking for a serious relationship, do not pretend you are just looking for something casual because you are afraid of scaring them off. You will only end up hurting yourself. Be honest about who you are and how you feel. Of course, this balances with our second point. You do not need to bombard them with love confessions immediately, but you should aim for transparency. When you communicate clearly, you invite the other person to do the same, creating a safe space for truth. Number 5, focus on who you are right now. When we start getting to know someone new, there is a temptation to bring our entire history to the table. We might feel the need to explain our past mistakes, our traumas, or talk about our ex-partners to explain why we are the way we are. While your past is a part of your story, and eventually you will share those chapters, the early dates are not the place for it. Your date is there to meet the person you are today, in this present moment. They want to know what makes you laugh now, what your dreams are for this year, and what brings you joy on a Sunday morning. If you spend the interaction dwelling on who you used to be, or reliving the pain of past relationships, you are bringing 3 people on the date: you, your date, and your past. That is a crowded table. Focus on your current growth. Show them the wisdom you have gained, the stability you have built, and the happiness you are cultivating. Let the connection be about the potential of the future, not the weight of yesterday. There will be plenty of late-night conversations down the road where you can unpack your history. But for now, let the fresh air of the present moment fill the room. Number 6, do not alter who you are. This is perhaps the most critical piece of advice I can give you. In our desire to be loved, we often try to become a chameleon. We try to mold ourselves into what we think the other person wants. If you think they want a cool, edgy partner, you might suppress your silly, bubbly side. If you think they want someone intellectual and serious, you might hide your love for reality television or pop music. Please, I beg you, do not do this. It is a trap. If you alter your personality, your style, or your opinions to fit a date's expectations, you are setting yourself up for failure. Best case scenario: they fall in love with a mask. They fall in love with a character you are playing, not with you. And maintaining that character is exhausting. Eventually, the mask will slip, and you will both be confused. You want to attract someone who loves your authentic self, your knitted sweaters, your prescription glasses, your loud laugh, your specific quirks. If you show up as someone else, you will only attract people who are compatible with that fake version of you, while missing out on the person who would have adored the real you. Be brave enough to be yourself. Rejection for who you are is better than acceptance for who you are not. Number 7, do not control the conversation. We all know that nerves can make us talk too much. When silence falls, we might panic and fill it with a monologue about our job, our cat, or our hobbies. Or, on the flip side, we might be so eager to impress that we treat the date like a job interview where we are listing our accomplishments. A date is a tennis match. The ball needs to go back and forth. It is crucial to show genuine interest in the human being sitting across from you. Ask them questions. Ask them how they feel about things, not just what they do. And then really listen to the answer. Do not just wait for your turn to speak. Listen to understand. Watch their eyes light up when they talk about their passions. Give them space to ask you questions too. If you spend 2 hours talking only about yourself, you will leave the date knowing absolutely nothing about whether you are compatible with them. You will only know that you had an audience. True connection happens in the exchange, in the space between 2 people where energy flows back and forth. Strive for balance. Number 8, be with someone for the right reasons. This sounds like common sense, but you would be surprised how often we get into relationships for reasons that have nothing to do with love or connection. Sometimes we date because we are lonely. Sometimes we date because all our friends are getting married and we feel left behind. Sometimes we face pressure from our family to settle down with a specific kind of person. It is so important to take a step back and evaluate your why. Are you with this person because they truly light you up? Does their presence make your nervous system relax? Do you laugh together? Or are you with them because they look good on paper? Or because you are afraid of being alone? Being in a relationship for the wrong reasons is unfair to you, and it is unfair to them. You both deserve a connection that is rooted in genuine affection and compatibility, not in obligation or fear. If you are truly happy around them, that is a beautiful sign. Trust your intuition. Your heart knows the difference between a connection that feels like a should and a connection that feels like a yes. Navigating the dating world is an act of bravery. It requires you to be vulnerable, to risk rejection, and to keep your heart open even after it has been bruised. But by grounding yourself in these principles, respect, patience, openness, honesty, presence, authenticity, balance, and intentionality, you are not just looking for a date. You are preparing yourself for a healthy, lasting love. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these pieces of advice resonated with you the most? Are you currently feeling lost in the dating world, or have you found your special someone? If you have found love, what was it about them that made you fall head over heels? Was it their kindness, their humor, the way they listened to you? Sharing your stories helps us all feel a little less alone in this journey. If you found this video helpful, please consider clicking the like button. It is a small action that helps our channel grow and allows us to reach more people who might need this message today. And if you know someone who is struggling with dating, share this video with them. It might be exactly the encouragement they need. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell icon so you never miss a video. We are building a community here of people who are dedicated to understanding themselves and living happier, healthier lives. And we would love for you to be a part of it. As always, thank you so much for watching, for being here, and for being you. You are worthy of a great love. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.